Hi, so today I'm going to review uh, a smartwatch which I bought from AliExpress. The name of this smartwatch is called LEMFO, LEMFO. It's a brand. It's a Chinese brand called LEMFO, LEMFO. So this smartwatch cost me around $28.11, and the shipping cost me $1.33. The shipping was AliExpress standard shipping, which is a very good shipping. You're almost guaranteed to get your product if you choose AliExpress standard shipping or China post registered shipping. So I haven't bought this smartwatch recently. I bought this smartwatch like 1 year ago in 2018, in like September 2018. So I have moderately used this smartwatch like for over 1 year. And so what did the smartwatch came with? The smartwatch, what are the things which came with the smartwatch? The smartwatch came with this charger and a user manual. And with the charger there was no power adapter. So so what I did, I used a free USB, like micro USB charger free, which was lying around in my house. So I used that, and sometimes I also use my Huawei phone's charger to charge this smartwatch. So when I first got the smartwatch, so I was mainly worried how I'm going to set this time of this for this smartwatch. Like I remembered, like about a long time ago, one of my relatives gave me a digital Casio watch, and it was very painful and very difficult to like set the time and the date for the smartwatch. It came with this much thick user manual, and I had to read that, find the page where it said how to set the date and time, and I had to go to that page and read the whole 2 or 3 pages, and then I had to set the time. So I was really worried that how I'm going to set the time with this one. So what I did, but it was much easier than I expected. So what I did was like simply connected with my phone. So I had to do two things. I had to Let me just unlock this phone. Okay. So what I did two things. I have to simply downloaded its app called Dafit, 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 and I had to turn on my Bluetooth. After installing Dafit and after turning my Bluetooth on, and when I went to the app, and under here in the bracelet part, if you don't have any devices connected, it will show you how to add a new device, and you can easily like if your Bluetooth is turned on, and Bluetooth is always turned on, the smartwatch's Bluetooth. So this app will automatically detect the smartwatch, and will connect to the and it connect to the it will automatically detect the smartwatch and connect it to the like app. So after connecting after this app connects to the smartwatch, it automatically sets the date and time. You don't have to go do anything else. It automatically sets the date and time, like the phone's date and time. So you don't have to set anything else by going to settings of this watch and etc. So that's the thing. And let me just show you this app. This app is very important. This is where you'll see most of your data and other things. Sorry for the sound. So like it's going to be a new year, that's why there are quite a bit of fireworks, and and so this app shows most of the data. You can see on this app, like it shows the number of steps I've taken when I went for walking, how many kilometers I worked for, and the number of calories I've burned. It shows 287 kcal, which means kilocalorie, and the amount of time for which I worked, and sleeping time, and my heart rate. I'm going to show you later on how to measure the heart rate with this. the blood pressure, oxygen level, and outdoor running. So these are the things. And from this app I can set smart watch faces and notification settings, alarm settings, shutter settings, others. And my profile, from here I set my profile like my birthday, like height, etc. So it is very important, the profile part is very important, the height part and the weight part is very important. So it will give an accurate like data of how what is the length of your steps, etc. So that's the kind. So also you can set your goals, like how many steps are you going to walk every day. Currently set to 8,000, you can set it more, and about, etc. So let me just go back, about. So it's like which version of the app is installed, etc. So here are your datas. So let me go back to the smartwatch. So this is the smartwatch. So I have already used it for 1 year, and the belt is kind of made out of kind of a fabric, or like a clothing, like a fabric kind of thing. And so when you receive the smartwatch, you are going to assume that the display is round, like display is a circular display, but it is not. The display is actually a kind of rectangular display. If you look at it closely, I don't think you're going to have a see it. So if you're going to see it yourself, so they've intelligently hidden like the display is square, but they have intelligently hidden it like by setting a black background to the watch. If there is a white background, in any case, you'll see that it's a kind of square display. It's not a round circular display throughout the whole year. And it came with a kind of screen protector on top. So I haven't taken off this screen protector. So I have let this on the smartwatch. And on the other side, here is the oxygen meter. I think it also uses it to measure the blood pressure and heartbeat, etc. And here is the charging port. So how do you charge it? You just take this thing, and what you do is just place it like this, okay, and then you just simply connect this and just connect it to the socket, and that's it. So you'll have to either buy this or use a old USB charger or something like this. And so this is the one. So let's come about the user interface. The user interface at a first glance, it doesn't looks bad. It does not looks bad at the first glance. Sorry. This is my favorite watch face, like this one, because it shows the most of the data, like the steps, blood pressure, like time, and calories burned, date, and which day of the week it is, etc. So that's why it is my favorite. So when I go back, so this is the user interface. See, so this is the user interface. So you can see the user interface is nothing like special. I think the user interface is which like lets down this watch. The user interface kind of looks cheap. Like when I used to buy like MP3 players about like 10 years ago, some of the MP3 players had kind of user interfaces similar to this one. So this is a very like low-end kind of smart user interface. This kind of user interface is usually for low-end devices. So that's the problem with the user interface. And okay, let's talk about one of the most important features, like the notifications. How do you get the notifications? The main reason I bought this watch was to get notifications. That's why I mainly bought the watch, because in some kind of conditions I couldn't like take out my phone and see who is calling, read the messages. Suppose I was in, most of the time I was in a class and someone was calling me and I couldn't just cut their calls because I couldn't take out the phone out of my pocket during a class, or when I was riding a bus and I was standing and there was no way I could take out the phone and see who was actually calling, what kind of messages I'm getting. So what it does, it shows who is calling me, right? It shows who is calling me, and what I can do, I can just end their call. I can just cut their calls. So that I can do. I cannot carry out a full conversation in this smartwatch. It does not have a microphone, and it does not also have a SIM slot, so you cannot chat with this smartphone. And about messaging, you can only read the messages, you cannot reply to messages, etc. You can only see who is messaging what. So that's what you can see about the messages. So let's back to the call thing again. So suppose, for example, in most cases, suppose I was in a class or in a meeting and someone was repeatedly calling me and I was worried who was calling me, and after taking out the phone out of my pocket, I see that it's a generic marketing phone, marketing for a computer generated phone call, etc. So it just wasted a lot of my time. So if you can see that kind of call, you can just easily cut it out, you can easily end the call without any hesitation. So that's very good if you are in not any kind of situation to take out the phone and end the call. So that's very important. And also you cannot see here from here, there is some very small green notification light over here, very small. So if someone miscalls you, the notification light will blink. Okay, so this is the one. So that's the thing. So it can also read messenger messages, etc. Okay, let me just proceed on. So let's have a look at the smartwatch. And this part of the smartwatch, this is a kind of a home button. Whenever you get to any place, this is the home button and this is the menu button. So let me just, I hope you can see properly, right? So this is the menu button. Okay, so these are the different options. And suppose I want to get out of here, so just click here, this button. This is not to set time or date, this is just a home button. Okay, so let me just put this on and show you more details about it. Let me just put this on. Okay, so I have put on this smartwatch. So let me show you the different features. So suppose the best part of this smartphone is when I just tilt my hand like this, it automatically turns on the display. So this saves a lot of power, Suppose I do this and it just turns on the display, right? So that's the best part of about it. It saves times. And so what it does, let me show you the different features about it. So it shows firstly, this watch face is the best one. It shows me the different data blood beats per minute, heart rate, blood pressure, etc. So these are the different features about the smartwatch. So let me go to the first. So this shows me the number of steps I have taken and kilocalories burnt, etc. and number of kilometers I have worked for. So this is the thing. And over here it shows the number of hours I have slept, and this is the heartbeat. So let me show. So if I long press it, so not this one, go back, Okay, let me just go back to the home. Okay, I'm going to measure the heartbeat. Oh, okay. Okay, I have to long press it. Okay, after long pressing it, it's going to measure the heartbeat. It's going to take a bit of while to measure my heartbeat. So let's see what comes up. 52 beats per minute. Okay, I don't think this is too accurate. My heartbeat is always around like I don't think this is accurate. My heartbeat is always around 90 up. So this is, I don't think this is correct. So one thing I would suggest you that if you ever buy this smartwatch, you should never use it for medical purposes. So you should be careful about that. Do not use for medical, like measuring heartbeats or blood pressure, etc. So let me see. So this is the heartbeat, and training for number of hours I'm training, heartbeat, etc. So this is the weather, so I can check out the weather really easily. And this is the messaging, just to see what kind of message I'm getting. Okay, heartbeat, training, weather, message, and this is the blood pressure. So let me long press it. So let me just measure the blood pressure over here. So it's going to take a bit of while. Let me see what comes up, and see whether it is a kind of accurate or not. It's loading. Still loading. Okay, finally. 74 122. Lower blood pressure is 74, and it just keeps on going away. So it's kind of frustrating. And okay, 74 122. Okay, the upper one is 122, lower one is 74. Not sure, like it's kind of near. Like my lower pressure is 80, and higher one is around 120, 110, etc. So it's kind of accurate. So it works kind of. Oxygen, let me measure the oxygen. Let me see if this is accurate or not. My oxygen level is always around like 98 to 100. So let me see what it shows. 96. Okay, kind of accurate. Good. (122) oxygen level. Okay, this is the most useful feature. I can use this feature to control the shutter of my phone. So let me just go back to my phone and show it to you how this works. So if I go to my phone, let me just unlock it. Okay, so if I go to my phone and go to my camera, and what I can do, I can just use this to take a picture. So let me just hold this with one hand just to show you. Okay, long press it. You'll have to long press it to take a picture. So see, it's going to like this one. So what it does, okay, let me just show it to you again. So I'm not seeing, I think you are not seeing it clearly. It's hard to show this. Okay, so let me just go back to this is my phone, right? And let me just go back to over here and just let me long press it. So what it does, it sets a timer. Okay, so this is the picture it took. So this is the picture over here it took after long pressing. So this is the picture. So after you long press it, then you get to take the picture over here. Okay, so okay, this is the one. So let me see what's kind of left. Okay, another notification I forgot to mention is like vibration. Like it notifies you using vibration. It notifies you using vibration. Also there is a vibration, kind of it vibrates when you get a call or you get a message, etc. Doesn't make any sound. There are no kind of speakers or beeps or any kind of noises in this smartwatch, sorry. And so what is it worth buying? So it depends. It is definitely worth buying. It is definitely worth buying because all the features mentioned in this smartwatch, all of them works. The blood pressure, like the oxygen level, and the blood pressure, oxygen level, and another one I don't remember, kind of heartbeat, right? The heartbeat kind of, no, the heartbeat is the least accurate, which I've shown you over here. The blood oxygen level kind of works. The blood pressure also kind of works, but as always I recommend you to never use this as a medical device to check the blood pressure or oxygen level of patients, etc. So that's the thing. That's what I recommend. So when you shouldn't buy it, you shouldn't, like, suppose if you're someone who always goes to parties, goes to a date, or do whatever, like do not, it is not a symbol of social status, right? It is not a kind of luxurious watch, like it is not even near to Apple Watch or something like this. So you won't be cool if you are going to wear this around. Like if you go to a friend circle wearing this one, they're probably like not going to make a fun of you, because this kind of cheap, this is not a social status kind of watch. So you shouldn't like wear it if you are like regularly hang out with friends, etc. So you should mainly wear it when you're going out for a walk, or just going out for a walk, or just exercising, and just need a shortcut to like pause your music, etc. So that's when you use it. Oh, you can just control your music player with this, which is a usual thing nowadays. So that's the thing. So this is the smartwatch. So is it worth buying? What do you think? So if you want to check out the smartwatch, the link of this smartwatch is in the description below. It will take you to the AliExpress page where you can see the smartwatch and see what kind of shipping costs you're gonna get.